Hey everybody, Pastor Greg here, and you're in my super cool office. I've just been reflecting back on 2016. What a crazy year it's been. Wow, so many celebrities have died, especially recently. Earlier in the year we lost Muhammad Ali and, of course, Prince. But then in just recent weeks, actor Alan Thicke, and then, of course, George Michael, the rock star, and then Carrie Fisher, and then one day later, her mother, Debbie Reynolds. It's sad. Death is the great equalizer. It's no respecter of persons. Death doesn't care if you're a rock star or a movie star or an iconic figure. Everybody passes from this life to the next one. As I've often said, the statistics on death are quite impressive. 1 out of every 1 person will die. And it seems like there's an unusual amount of people that are well known who've passed on in the end of this year. But I think it's just a wake-up call for all of us to remember that one day death will knock on our door. The Bible says it's appointed unto a man once to die, and then comes the judgment. In the old days, they used to write these words over their financial documents, especially the words memento mori, which means think of death. That sounds kind of morbid. Why would I think of death? No, actually, it's not a bad thing. It's sort of like reality check. One day I will die, so I want to make every day count. I've always felt that only those who are prepared to die are really ready to live. You see, for a Christian, it's not that we look forward to death, but we do look forward to heaven, and we know that God has death covered because Christ died on the cross for us and rose again from the dead and paid for our sin. Death died when Christ rose, so we don't have to fear it anymore. Again, it's not that we want it to happen, but when it happens, we're ready to meet God because we know there's an afterlife. This life on earth is pretty short compared to the afterlife. I think in some ways we should call our time on planet Earth the before life and make our life count and live for the glory of God. I encourage you to do that as we're entering into a new year now. Live this year as if it were your last year. Live each month or even each week as if it were your last one on earth. And then one day it will be. But we don't have to fear that because the Apostle Paul said to live as Christ and to die is gain. I encourage you to be a heavenly minded Christian. What does that mean? It means to keep your sights on the future. And one translation of Colossians 3 that says, set your affection on things that are above, could be translated, think a lot about heaven, or a super simplified translation, think heaven. I love that. When you are really heavenly minded in the best sense of the term, you'll be of the most earthly good. So be a heavenly minded Christian in this coming year. Live for the glory of God. And let's see what the Lord will do. God bless you.